now call to order the City Council meeting of May 13th, 2024. It's on 7 p.m. Opening prayer and room to the mayor.
Thank you. If you please rise with me. I'd like to make an opening statement rather than a prayer. For our folks, this is National Police Week, and that's Sunday, May 12th through Saturday, May 18th. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. Established by a joint resolution of Congress in 1962, National Police Week pays special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty for the safety and protection of others. Honoring 282 American law enforcement officer heroes from 1811 to 2023. In 2024, the names of 282 officers killed in the line of duty were headed to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. These 282 officers included 118 officers who were killed during 2023. An additional 164 officers died in previous years before 2023. And many of their stories of sacrifice have been lost to history until now. There are currently 24,067 names engraved on the memorial. For the year 2023, officers died in the line of duty. Marcus C. Ziegler, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, ended watch 5/26/23. Josiah Isaac Hamilton, Preble County Sheriff's Office, end of watch was 12/18/2023. And Timothy James Unwin from Springfield Township, PD, end of watch for him was 3/31/2023. For my closing thought, our law enforcement officers support our partners throughout the country to honor and pay tribute to those law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice to make our nation and all citizens safer and more secure. Though we mourn the death of Euclid police officer Jacob Durbin, his end of watch May 11, 2024. We encourage our officers to stay strong, fresh, and motivated in their place of service for their safety and protection, as well as the best for those they serve and protect. Thank you. Will you please join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. And be seated.
Ben, please hold.
Member Schroy,
Here.
Member McLeister, here. Member Owens,
Here.
Member Wyrick, absent. Member Orr,
Here.
Member Matheny,
Here.
Member Warren,
Here.
Member Wyrick is absent, 6 present.
Motion to excuse member Warren.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I have a motion and a second to approve as presented the minutes from April 1st, April 15th, committee of the whole, and the April 15th and April 22nd city council meetings, and the April 2024 finance report.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, at this time, Randy Roskowski, you can approach the podium and give your presentation. Randy is the Stark County Health Department's Environmental Health Services Director, is it?
I'm just a unit manager.
Uh-huh.
Our director is Paul Haskell, but I'm here on behalf of the whole department, not just environmental services. So if you do have questions pertaining to the department, I can hopefully help assist or at least point you in the right direction. So what we try to do annually is to reach out and just kind of attend one of your committee meetings here and determine whether or not there's any questions that I may be able to answer. Not a lot going on, knock on wood, which is good. Coming out of the pandemic, that was quite a bit. But we're back on track and we're hitting it full speed. So with that being said, I do have an updated brochure in here. I included some of our nursing services that if you're out in your ward, if you know people that need assistance, we have plenty of programs and are willing to help. So send them our way, which down the road. We do offer services such as transportation and so forth. So we try to help out as much as we can. That's why we're here, to get feedback, both positive and negative, that I can take back to our department and share with them and work for a better community. So, you guys have any questions? I'd be happy to answer on.
Anything special from the last few years that might have affected North Canton? I know you did a great job with us. I hate to go back to COVID, but really, the Stark County Health Department helped us throughout that whole period for our community. And
Thank you, Mayor. No, as far as, you can see a lot of development going on, that's good to see. Our nursing shortage, after the hospitals, they seem to up their pay, so we lost a lot of good people to the local hospitals, which is good. I mean, they're still serving the community, but that puts us in a tougher spot. But all in all, we're at it. We're going 100% now. We'll focus on public health.
is there anything that we could put out for our citizens, maybe for walking information, with you? The information you brought from in your brochure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's stuff you can share. There's a little pamphlet. Like I said, if your ward, if there's people that you think can use some assistance, and by all means point in our direction. If there isn't anything that we offer at our department, we do have resources outside our department, extend to the state level or even local jurisdictions that offer programs that we don't. So, appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
I'll leave this with you.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, our information is in there, and we're happy to help.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right,
Stay safe. Keep well. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Ben, did anyone sign up for public speaks?
Excuse me.
No? Nobody? All right. Okay, moving on. Ben, would you please read the title of Resolution 37-2024?
I'm actually gonna let Liam read this week.
Right, Leon. All right. Do you want the?
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Pass it down. It's working. Might as well use it for a while.
A resolution submitting a request to Stark County Auditor pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5705.03B to certify to the City of North Canton, Stark County, Ohio, as the taxing authority for the City of North Canton, the total current tax valuation of said city as a subdivision and its dollar amount of revenue that would be generated for replacement tax of 1 mil and an increased tax of 1 mil totaling 2 mils for the purpose of providing for the general construction, reconstruction, resurfacing, and repair of streets, roads, and bridges in said city for a period of 5 years, being tax years 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and 2029, commencing in 2025, first due in calendar year 2026, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to walk down the board and let Liam keep going.
Hey, Melissa, I'm not hearing with that microphone.
Would you rather?
Is it maybe too
I mean, like, I have absolutely no idea what she just said.
Okay.
I mean, can we try to do it without the microphone and just speak louder? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm ready when you are.
Perfect. Yeah, so this is just asking the Stark County Auditor to certify the tax. Are there any other questions or discussion?
I think it's important to note that asking this an emergency, so it doesn't have to wait 30 days after we vote today, and once enacted, so we can stay on schedule to get on ballot.
I think just the other thing to say is that, and I've said this multiple times, we can't overstate the importance of this, getting this to pass, and not to fearmonger, but, we might be at the point of assessment should this not pass at some juncture down the road.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And, okay. So do we need to read the emergency clause for this then?
No, it's not.
Okay.
6 if you voted for it. But normally, when we have the additional actions, that's to suspend the 3 reading
Okay, all
requirement.
right, gotcha. All right.
But we did all 3 readings.
All right. Okay. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 40-2024?
An ordinance amending chapter 929, Storm Sewer Code of the codified ordinances of the city of North Canton to establish a flat monthly fee to fund the stormwater system in the city of North Canton.
Okay, utilities, formerly rubbish, Jamie?
All right, we've discussed this a couple times. This is a item that would establish a approximately $5 fee onto the utility bill for the purpose of managing storm sewer. And this would replace the storm sewer levy that's on there. It's important to note a couple things that businesses or larger properties might pay a little bit or will pay a little bit more than the $5. But it's also important to note that the $5 fee for the residential properties actually represents a savings from what they're currently paying now. So I don't know that there's anything else that has come to light since. Any questions or comments on this item?
Is it actually savings or is it kind of looking at real dollars? Because I was talking to the auditor about that, and I don't want to misrepresent.
It'll be a savings in comparison to a replacement. So it is more than they pay right now, but it is less than they would pay if we went on the ballot.
Thank you for the clarification, Ben. So, yeah, good point.
I know we have people that look into this thing, so I just want to make sure that we say it correctly.
Yep, it's a good way, good catch there, Ben. So. All right, seeing no other comments, I would move the passage of ordinance 40/2024.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 42-2024?
An ordinance accepting the annexation of 20 parcels totaling 20.63 acres owned by the city of North Canton, located in Jackson Township, Stark County, on Whipple Avenue Northwest, Wise Avenue Northwest, and West Maple Street. Stark County parcel numbers 1617964, 1619794, 1601988, 1600450, 1601717, 1600856, 1619140, 1601249, 1602207, 1619141, 100136560, 1617965, 1617968, 1617156, 1680080, 1680083, 1680599, 100182116, 1001817, 1001818, the territory, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
And now you know.
Just go over those numbers again.
Well, now you see why I said he would.
That was hard.
And this is only the first reading. We could do this a couple more times.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
We could pause here, I guess.
So this is the Jackson annexation, and yeah, I want to pass this before they change it again. So, but if you want to give an overview of that, Ben, or an update, hopefully this is the last time we'll ever read this.
Well, the next ordinance is also about this, but yes, county commissioners did accept their annexation. We now need to accept the annexation into our city. This is the second to last step. After you all pass this tonight, Liam and I will file it, and then once it's filed, we have to assign it a zoning and a voting ward.
We have to say again.
Assign the territory zoning and a voting ward.
Any questions, comments? I'm going to make a motion to adopt the first reading of ordinance 42-2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I'm going to make a motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And finally, I'm going to make a motion to adopt ordinance 42-2024 under suspension of the rules.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 36-2024?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to enter into an agreement with the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation for the conveyance of real property located on Wise Avenue Northwest in Jackson Township, Stark County, Ohio. Stark County parcel numbers 1617156, 1617968, 100-13560, 1619794, 1619140, 1619141, 1617965, 1617964, 1600856, 1601717, 1602207, 1600450, 1601988, and 1601249 from the city of North Canton, from the city to the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation and declaring the same to be an emergency.
You are on fire.
Okay,
Stephanie.
so this is the actual annexation. In the previous one, you accepted the annexation of 20 parcels, and now we entered into agreement for the conveyance of real property. So I move that we adopt.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion and a second to adopt the first reading of, to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And can I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 43-2024 under suspension of the rules?
36.
No, sorry, 36, sorry. I skipped it, okay.
So,
Yeah.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so moving on, Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 43-2024?
Ordinance amending Chapter 195, Investments of the Codified Ordinances of the City of North Canton in order to update investment policy to authorize a secondary designee in addition to the Director of Finance and better define qualified investments pursuant to ORC 135 and ORC 731 and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Second.
We discussed this as well, and it's just a second designate on investment policies. Good idea. I move that we adopt.
Troy seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And finally, can I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 43-2024 under suspension of the rules?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 44-2024?
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds of the City of North Canton to be appropriated for current expenses during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024.
We do this as routine as we can, just to shore up our funds. So we had some COVID relief money, we're distributing some
Wait, say again, Stephanie.
COVID relief monies, some Parks Development Fund and Water Authority. About $480,000. So we round up, 481. Any other issues or concerns? All right, no other than move to adopt.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. And can I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of council requiring 2 readings?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And finally, can I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 44-2024 under suspension of the rules?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 45-2024?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to enter into an agreement with the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation for the conveyance of real property located on Stratavon Drive in North Canton, Stark County, Ohio. Stark County parcel number 100-02818 from the city to the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Stephanie?
Okay, we are just taking approximately 5.5 acres, which were not large enough for what we had originally intended, and we are trying to sell. We have discussed this, if there are no other questions, I need to.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And can I have a motion and a second to suspend the rule of council requiring 2 readings?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And finally, can I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 45-2024 under suspension? 45-2024 under suspension rules.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 46-2024?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to accept the transfer of real property located on Dressler Road Northwest in North Canton, Stark County, Ohio. Stark County parcel numbers 1680666, 1680668, 1680670 from the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Okay, we moved some properties a little too quickly, and so we needed to kind of close out that and pull up a little bit on the transfer of property from the, so just doing it right. So no other questions, and move to adopt.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of council requiring 2 readings?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And can I have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 46-2024 under suspension of the rules?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Liam, would you please read the title of ordinance 47-2024?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of North Canton to accept the donation of real property located on North Main Street and Viking Street Northwest in North Canton, Stark County, Ohio. Stark County parcel numbers 920-2533, 920-2992, 920-7853, 920-8405, 920-7646, 920-7645, and 920-4897 from the North Canton Community Improvement Corporation and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Liam, do you talk when you sleep at night sometimes? Because I feel like you're going to say these numbers.
It's like binary now.
Okay, this one is actually exciting because it's, I think, a real step and a real show of, hey, we would like to see something happen for our United EMS and fire in a public entity space. So we're excited about this, and this is the first step. So we've talked about it, and any other questions or concerns? And I think it was last time we had a presentation on how it would fit the space and everything, so you can really start to envision the location and how kind of perfect it is for the public safety of our community.
Have we decided how we're going to pay for this?
Nope, we have the space because it's CIC. This is the space. You have to have the space first. That's all we're doing, is having the space. And we have the ability in this one.
What?
So.
You got it in the green.
Say again, John?
That was where Randy's and the houses around it, where was it?
Okay, no other questions or concerns? I move to adopt.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 5-1. And can I have a motion?
No, motion failed.
Oh, okay, you're right. Because it's, yeah, emergency. Okay.
Well, it failed because it's an emergency.
Yeah,
Okay, can we go back into this stuff?
yeah.
So.
Can we?
Okay,
Yeah.
we need a motion to reconsider ordinance 47-2024.
I'll make a motion to reconsider ordinance 47-2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead, John.
So we've done this in the past where we have to okay for the property and then the CIC. Okay, I'll change my vote. I'll make a motion. We have to do that.
I'll just start over.
Yeah, so we're starting over.
Yeah. So I'll make a motion to adopt the first reading of ordinance 47-2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then I'll make a motion to suspend the rules of council requiring 3 readings.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 47-2024 under suspension of the rules.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. And no one signed up for the second part of public speaks?
Correct.
Okay, so let's move on to department reports. Let's start with administration.
Sure, I'll go first.
Or you want? Oh.
No, that's okay. Just a couple of things. The young lady who is employed by the North Canton Library, Amber Olis, nice article in the Sunday Repository about her. She handles our senior programming here and a few other things, but it was a nice report on what she does and a little bit about her background and things like that. So a shout out to Amber Olis for what she does for our city, especially for our senior citizens and our programs. Also, if you haven't noticed, here we go for Alliance in North Canton. It was in the repository today on their front page. The North Canton Meyer store opens tomorrow at 6 a.m. in the morning. And I understand there's a ribbon cutting for the official at 9 o'clock. But we just wanted very nice article from Ben Doer about our North Canton store opening up. And yes, there's a sister city in Alliance. Opens up also tomorrow. We had the opportunity to go in as administration. It was a wonderful tour, a beautiful place. Once you go in, it is expansive and it's all encompassing on consumer products, let alone groceries and things like that. So just want to make you all aware of that. And just looking forward to that. Thank you very much. And of course, my comments today about our police week. And again, our thoughts and concerns and condolences and sympathy goes out to the Euclid Police Department for the tragic loss of Officer Jacob Durbin. And, I think we're so blessed to have a community where our officers can work and take pride and provide a safety net for themselves, but let alone for our community. And obviously, I'm a little prejudiced, but I thank them every day, and those that went before us for providing a safe community for us. And let us never take that for granted, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just going to remind everybody, our first 720 of the year is this Saturday. It's Saturday, May 18th. And so we're working on that. We had a, operations meeting, so everybody on the team knows what to do to make that a successful event in the community. We also had a meeting over at the pool today with our member that's not here today, Christina Wyrick. She was able to get over there this morning, and we met with Brian Hill, and we talked about the progress that's going forward to get the pool open. They got the new pump that came in from Germany and hoisted it up with a crane, got it in place, got it tested. If you drive by, you'll see the pool is filled. It looks like crystal blue water. Things are cleaned up. They look good. They're on target to open in just a couple weeks. It's Memorial Day weekend, so the pool will be opening up. On the staffing end of things, just to give you an update, we are starting the process for the assistant fire chief. So we named our fire chief, Drew Kramer, and we will be holding an interview this week with the candidates, the final candidates for the assistant chief position, and we will keep you apprised once that decision is made. That's all.
Thank you. Me or Ben or both? Yeah, I'm confused.
First, an update on the Hoover West factory. So we haven't had a council meeting since, but the end of April was the deadline to sign the contract. The contract was signed, so the clock has started ticking on the TIF. Their first hard deadline, so there are a lot of hopeful deadlines that we went over back when we did the presentation, but the first hard deadline is October 20th. They have to have provided the school district with land and funding by that date. There are signs of progress, however. Signs of progress, however, the architect did file their commercial building permit applications for the project last week. Huge.
Nice. We are moving forward. Excellent. Good. William?
I'm just going to ask the community once again to continue completing the water service line inventories. We're starting to get into our crunch time when we want to get everything completed so that we can meet our EPA set deadline for October 16th. And then the only other thing along the lines of Meyer opening is when you guys go, you got to try out sugar cookies. They were so gracious to give us some of the fresh baked sugar cookies, and they were phenomenal.
Thank you. Finance, Gina.
Finance, we're finishing up the audit, so the report is due by the end of May. The audit then will be complete by the end of June. And I'll let Jim take over on the finance report first.
So yeah, just real briefly, I want to talk about just the general fund balance difference from April of this year, from April of last year. You see there's a $12.6 million in general fund balance in 2023. April 2023, and then it's 7.2 million. That makes up the difference of the proceeds of the bond anticipated moves from the Meyer project. So obviously we had to pay off that debt, and that's why there was such a high general fund balance last year this time.
Closed on the sale of Kmart a year ago, and now we're opening Meyer. Say again, Closed on the sale of Kmart and the surrounding parcels a year ago, and now here we are opening Meyer in the same week.
That's awesome. Thank you. Let's move to council reports. Jane.
All right. Well, we've heard a couple people already talk about Meyer, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say something as well. I think we've come a long way. I think my favorite time was when we saw the people on Facebook saying that there will never be a Meyer at that location, or there'll never be a Meyer Super Center. Well, I joined members of the administration last week, and by golly, it is actually there, and it is opening up on, tomorrow, 6 a.m., as it was shared by the mayor. And I also want to second what Liam said, the sugar cookies were phenomenal, so please definitely check those out. But it is very impressive, that store. What they have is going to be fantastic. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. But not only so much just that, but just all the excitement up there. I think I saw an article, it was on Facebook today, I don't know if it was in the repository, but Papa Bear's is actually getting close to completion. So that's going to be an exciting thing as well. So the last thing I want to mention is this is the first council meeting since I was able to do this. I want to thank Chief Kemp and Officer King in an ongoing effort to understand the inner workings of our dispatch and the police department. I was able to do a ride along a couple of weeks ago. It was a very educational and informative opportunity. So I thank Officer King, Chief Kemp, and all the members of our safety forces. So that's all I have for this evening.
Do you want to tell the tractor story?
We can tell the tractor story after council.
David?
Mr. Chairman, Personnel and Safety, March 16th was a big day in our community, and you might not be aware of this, but a big shout out and accommodations went to Officer Todd Schaefer on the 16th. A call came in at 3:44, a 911 call from the YMCA, and a 16-year-old man passed out in the officer arrived there in a minute at 3:45 on the scene, located the victim, began chest compressions. And then of course, by 3:49, the medics arrived and taken care of the fast action. Officer Schaefer in this case, in life-saving. We had an awesome police department. His actions have been accommodated. It was also on the 16th, Officer Keaton was called to dispatch on a welfare check on a residence. And after getting access to the home through a key holder, found the occupants unresponsive. Immediately started CPR and continued until she felt pulse, and then the medics arrived after that. So we have some amazing officers, and their actions and life-saving actions need to be recognized. I think that's just wonderful to be able to say that, but in all reality, they're the heroes of this situation. Last thing I would like to do is to mention that our own Ben Young graduated summa cum laude with 4.0 GPA from High University with his master's. You are also an asset to the community, and we appreciate everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Okay, Stephanie? Oh, sorry.
That is my
Go. Listen, sorry. It's written across the
That is impressive. 4.0. I did not get a 4.0 when I was working full time. I did do my water line service thing, and I did it late. You can still do it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. No spiders were found. Everything was fine. It was very easy. And you guys will walk people through it on the phone if they need help or have questions too, which is very good. Also would like to thank Ben and the team and administration for work on the fire department presentation that we were given at the last meeting, the first community meeting where folks from the community can come back and hear that information again, but also engage with any of the folks that are here during that time, ask questions one-on-one. Is this Wednesday at 8:30?
Correct. 8:30 a.m., not
Yes,
p.m.
8:30 a.m. here in the Civic Center. Just really looking forward to that. I've had a lot of great conversations with people in the community who either heard about it or have watched it. Appreciate all the folks from the fire department that came for that presentation. It was just a really good opportunity to hear all the work that has been done as one big picture told all at once. I'm really excited about the rest of that process moving forward, and that whole engagement plan is part of the documentation that's available online too, right? So if people want to read through that, they can read that as well.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So you said 8:30, what date?
Wednesday, May 15th.
Now, there was some confusion I did see online, and I did my best to kind of point people in the right direction. There are two other dates and times, so we can accommodate people whether they work in the evening, whether they work during the day. So could you recite those dates for everybody? I mean, I might have a screenshot on my phone, I apologize.
Not from memory,
The
but
24th, May 24th at 1:30, are they the same as were in the packet? And then
May 24th at 1:30 p.m.
Yep. Oh, here it is.
and then May 28th at 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, and I really appreciate your willingness or everyone's willingness to offer those different times too, for the chance for different people's schedules to be able to participate. In addition to those fire, open houses at the fire stations that will occur too. Thank you.
Thank you. John?
Yeah. Going out and talking with some of the residents in the fourth ward this past year, trying to educate them on that, and giving them the dates to the field house at the fire station. I had an email and two people talked about it. The property transfer for Conrad, that will be a all parts store, not a car wash, because it didn't come across that way.
It's a, to my understanding, it's a Goodyear tire shop.
Yeah, but the property transfer went kind of.
It will be a Conrad's. There was a just false post on Facebook that gained some traction this past week that it would be a Blue Falls car wash.
Right.
It
Originally was going to be.
originally was going to be a Blue Falls, but then Sergeant Clean beat them to the punch, so they sold, and it is now a Conrad.
That's basically.
And if memory serves, they're owned by the same entity.
Perhaps, yeah.
That why my ward was interested in that. They seem pretty powerful. That is good. I can't wait to start talking about what's being done at the Hoover Company. That was the number one issue going into the election. Next week, I think Matt, myself, and is it Christina? We're gonna do a coffee with council down here. It's Thursday from 8 to 9. So we'll probably have some questions there. That's only open to chamber members. It's good that we do this.
Chamber members.
It's only for chamber members. I think we had a few when we did it last month and stuff, but these coffee with council people, it is a good thing. We should continue that. That's it.
Thanks, John.
Definitely.
And congratulations, Kesha, I remember when we were talking about that. That was exciting, that the new legislation we had to put forth when you decided to go to your master's and how that worked. Is learner one of your strengths? Was learner one of your strengths?
No,
No?
no. Achiever.
Okay, that makes sense. We can check that out. So congratulations on that. That's great. In fact, we can use that, some of that knowledge that you've gained, and I know you work with other entities, and I think we want to invest in other people. So that was great. Two really fabulous pieces of legislation that I've been a part of for many years, like we all have. It just hadn't moved forward. So having that joint fire AMS and having the property and having us check off that was huge as an ordinance tonight, and being able to move that forward. And then also for IRG, I mean, you were right, John, it's been the number one point. No matter what we tried to do, we're trying to kind of deter away from saying, we don't own this property, we're working with these people, what can we do? This is the farthest we've ever come. So to have legislation regarding a little bit of that and have that check off some of their boxes is huge, especially kind of in the economy where interest rates are and lenders. That's a huge statement for our community. So that's fabulous. I just wanted to reiterate that in still talking with dispatch and looking at ways that, not just through dispatch, that we're trying to cut costs. We have continually tried to cut costs this year. And dispatch was not, and I'm saying this because I think there's been some things on Facebook or just some things that haven't exactly been correct, and that was our first attempt. You know, they were a go-to, and it was most certainly not. In April, we talked about over $1 million in cuts. And I just want to remind people of those cuts to our budget. So not hiring 2 part-time code enforcers, cutting 2 speed measuring devices, cutting park shades. And you think that that isn't a big deal, yet it is what the public said they wanted. They wanted things from parks, they wanted things to enhance our properties, and we had to make a lot of cuts with that. Price Park, Pitcher Parks upgrade, Arrowhead, air hangers, cut to water treatment plants, we cut paving. And I will say, our streets are pretty good when you look at them across the community. So maybe it's not as bad a need as if you go out into some other areas, but we still had to make cuts. pickup trucks, HVAC, community athletic fields. We haven't filled positions. So we really are looking at many ways of cutting costs, trying to make the budget. We understand we are a business and we will operate in that format. We don't want to spend what we don't have the means, and we want to make the best decisions that we can with the knowledge that's presented. So to all of our operations and our finance, working collaboratively with our teams that are the experts, thank you for getting us the information we need and continue to need for suggesting areas. I mean, it's funny when you ask people who are the experts, they do come up with some suggestions, just as dispatchers come up with suggestions as well. And we're still evaluating everything. So I just wanted to remind people of the cuts we've already made. And you can probably still see some maybe areas not being filled or some things that maybe we thought were going to happen that aren't going to happen this year. And it's just like in your household. You plan and then something happens and you have to reevaluate and reallocate. So that's what we're doing.
We also had two major water lines in the last month, which.
Took some money,
Not-
that's what I mean, right? So we had to say, where else do we have these monies? So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, congratulations, Ben. You thought you could sneak that past us there, huh?
We had a whole party for him.
All right, nice. Did he thought he was gonna get away with not having anybody celebrated?
We should have put the picture up. Yeah, Mayor gave me a
Certificate.
because I haven't received my diploma in the mail yet. Mayor gave me a
We all
model
wore green
diploma.
caps.
That is good. Good job. Congratulations.
Danielle got it.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting about IRG. Clock's ticking.
Yep.
So, October 20th, that's the first deadline for the land and funding. Doesn't have to be till, they could do that any day. So I welcome any progress that goes on over there.
They want it as much as we do.
Yeah.
They're property. They want to start seeing a net return. So that's
I hope
exciting.
so. That would be beneficial for everybody.
You would think they would have the money in their pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to make a motion to enter into an executive session to discuss the appointment of a public employee as permitted by ORC 121-22G1. And then Ben, could we have a roll call vote?
Member Ware?
Yes.
Member Matheny? Yes. Member Orr? Member Owens?
Yes.
Member McLeister?
Yes.
Member Schroyer?
Yes.
6 in favor, 0 opposed.
Okay, at this time, council is in executive session. Let the record reflect that council will be joined by the mayor. Actually. let's see, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn from executive session.
Second.
In favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Let the record reflect that no action was taken. At this time, Mayor Wilder would like to present a nomination for the Director of Administration.
Yes, thank you, President Storia. I'd like to share a letter, if I may, with the audience and with our council. I write to inform you all of a significant development regarding the appointment of our city's new Director of Administration. After extensive evaluation of both internal and external candidates, I am pleased to announce Catherine Farina as the chosen candidate for this pivotal role. Ms. Farina brings with her a wealth of experience, exemplary qualifications, and a deep commitment to public service, embodying remarkable leadership and strategic vision throughout her career. While I understand the gravity of this decision and respect the authority of City Council to veto appointments, I am confident that Ms. Farina will excel in her new role. Her appointment promises to introduce fresh perspectives, innovative ideas, and effective management skills, fostering collaboration, transparency, and accountability within administration, and furthering the growth and prosperity of our city. I am dedicated to transparency and collaboration in all matters of our city's government, and welcome any discussion or feedback from City Council regarding this appointment. Your input is invaluable as we work together to ensure the effective functioning of our government and fulfill our shared responsibilities to our community. With Ms. Farina at the helm of the administration department, I am confident that we will continue to progress with strength, resilience, and unity. Therefore, I thank you for your attention to this matter. And should you have any questions or further information, I'll be more than happy to answer that right now. But I am proposing to council for your approval at this time, my nomination for the Director of Administration to be Ms. Catherine Farina. That is my motion.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Do we want a roll call vote, or do we want?
Any other further discussion?
I concur with the mayor. I think the process has been fairly. I like how you reached out to different members. Ms. Farina has demonstrated an understanding of our community. She has accomplishments. She works well with other people and departments. She has a background in for-profit, nonprofit, from HR to getting projects done to understanding finance to working negotiations. We really can handle so many different areas and cares about our people more importantly. So I'm thrilled to have her. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I strongly agree with the mayor. Catherine, I think you're a phenomenal communicator.
Thanks, Matt.
And I strongly support you.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Looking forward to having you in this role.
Thanks, Jamie.
At this time, do you want to do a roll call vote?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
No, sure.
We had a second, correct?
Well, for the sake of argument, I know that the charter gives you power to make motions,
But
but since it's
it should be the
exclusively their
president.
power to
It should be the
accept or
presidency.
deny, I'm going to say that somebody on council needs to make that motion.
Just go with that.
Try to do that.
I was like, it's his first motion. Let's just do it.
How about you get into it?
I motion that Catherine Freeman become speak for the new Director of Operations.
Administration.
Administration.
Yeah.
I second. That's a roll call. And then roll call.
Member Short,
Yes.
Member McLeister,
Yes.
Member Owens,
Yeah.
Member Orr,
Yes.
Member Matheny,
Yes.
Member Warren,
Yes.
6 in favor, 0 opposed.
Congratulations.
Are we going more
With
here?
6 in favor, Catherine Farina is confirmed as Director of Administration. Mayor, will you please administer her oath of office at this time?
I will do that. Nope, we're going right out front here. Right up here.
Photo.
I like that. Yes.
Okay. Now, please place your right hand. Please say aye and state your name.
I, Catherine Serena,
And now repeat after me. Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the ordinances and resolutions
and the ordinances and resolutions
of the City of North Canton,
of the City of North Canton,
and to faithfully,
and to faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Director of Administration
of the office of Director of Administration
of the City of North Canton.
of the City of North Canton,
This I do
and this I do
as I shall answer unto God.
as I shall answer unto God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everyone joining you that you'd like to,
Thank you for getting pictures of legal counsel. Okay.
who is joining?
I just want to say thank you so much to Mayor for entrusting this responsibility to me and for being the first mayor that has appointed a woman to run the city. I think public service is in my blood. My dad worked for the state of Ohio. And my mom, the story I'd like to tell, my mom is here. We were at Meyer, and all around Meyer, you see 1934, 1934. Meyer was opened in 1934. My mom was born in 1934. She celebrated 90 years. She needs my say that. Stark County Courthouse in the early 60s, and she really loved her job in finance, in bookkeeping, and then she became pregnant. And back then, there were not pregnancy discrimination protections for women, and she was called into the office by her boss. You know the policy that I have on women being pregnant that work here. And she was trying to, hold it in, keep the job as long as she could, but she had to be honest and say she knew the policy. And she lost her job. And I just think it just goes to show how far women and working have come in the workplace and the protections under Title VII that came in 1964, and then the Pregnancy Discrimination Act several years after that. But we've come a long way, and I'm proud. I feel like it got to me that working in this role kind of rights the wrong that happened to her, some 50 plus years ago. So thank you, Mayor, for giving that trust to me, and Council for confirming that trust. And I have a collaborative management style, and this is the team. Not all of it. This is the team. That's the team. We're all a team. Got our chiefs, fire and police back here. We're all in this together for the betterment of the community. Thank you. Pictures.
Adjourn.
Let's adjourn first and,
Yeah, let's do it. Right, yeah, we did have the meetings.
Final call.
So, yeah, final call for business. Seeing none, moving on. Meetings calendar, May 20th is going to be a committee and council meeting, and the 27th is going to be no meeting for Memorial Day. I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?